Right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Enigmatica 6 Let's Play series here on the channel. I'm sorry for my leave of absence that was kind of unannounced. Life has just been kind of busy. I've been personally exhausted by work and getting married and all the niceties of life as well, I guess you could say, but it's been one heck of a month, and I apologize for not really saying anything. I don't have the ability to leave community comments or community messages because I'm not a partner or not whatever it is that YouTube wants me to be to allow that. I think it's like over a certain number of subscribers. I can't remember. So yeah, unfortunately, since I can't leave any notices. There's not a lot that I can say to give you guys a heads up. But today, I would like to work on getting ourselves a new magical island because we have a lot of stuff that we need to do in the magic chapters. Significantly more stuff here than in the tech. So I wanted to get started on a couple of these and go ahead and get that moving. I've already gathered inside this tank most of the materials that are important to me. What I did was I took the occultism island and I copied it with our copy paste gadget rather than using the blueprints or the schematics for the schematic cannon, which is a little bit different. I placed this guy down exactly where I want it to be and put it in an anchor so that we know it's going to turn out exactly the way we want it to turn out. I am going to tear down some of this cobblestone because I don't think we're going to need it anymore. And you see I've already done some scaffolding, so we'll have to tear that down too. Not a big deal. But nonetheless, basically it looks like all we need to do is paste everything in, because if we look at the materials list, everything that is important, so the cobblestone, the deep slate, oh, we actually seem to be short on deep slate. That's okay. I did smelt some up. I just did not bring enough with me, I guess. The deep slate, the dirt, the grass, the jasper, these are all like fundamental blocks to the actual structure. I think we're good here, so I'm just going to leave this be. We're going to right click to paste. One lag spike later, it's in. That's all we needed to do. So I am going to clean this little island up a little bit, get it ready for our next chapter. This guy has already decided to live here. That's incorrect of him. And we will go ahead and get everything set up here. All right, so now that we've got a nice little island platform set up again, and we've got everything nicely decorated and stuff, I figured I would discuss which mod we are going to be playing with this episode and for the next couple of episodes, because it's a pretty big one. We are going to dive into Astral Sorcery. So, full honest details here, I've never used Astral past, like, the first few, like, maybe the telescope. I've never really done anything beyond that, like the looking glass rather. I've never really been that interested in the mod, but since there is a quest line for it, I kind of feel like it's given me enough direction, because the book itself makes me feel overwhelmed every single time to learn a new magic mod. But having a quest line that kind of boils it down for me, I think is going to make me a little bit more interested in it this time. But yeah, I've never actually gone all the way through with Astral, even though it's been around for ages. It's been in many of my mod packs. I've just never really gotten into it, and there's no particular reason why. I just have never really been able to settle in. So I look forward to it. This is going to be fun. This is going to be very exciting. So let's get started. In the quest line, it's going to start you off by getting 4 aquamarine. I believe we already have an abundance of aquamarine. Nope, we have 10. Never mind. Let's see how we might go about getting some more. I guess we just have to go harvest it then. That's fun. We may end up running low then. And then we need to get started by getting a Luminous crafting table. And what you do for this is you need to take these altars that we keep seeing and put a crafting table underneath it. So we will grab one of these. And we're going to head over to an altar that I have previously waystoned, which is, I don't think I actually even need the waystone. I think I remember where it is. I want to say it is over here. Yep, there it is. So this is a underground altar. It's, well, not underground, it's submerged, I guess you could say. And in here, you're going to see these cool little... Oh, I actually haven't even looted this one yet. That's good. Because there's some stuff in here that I could probably use. Glass bottles containing llamas. Okay, fascinating. So I'm going to clear this room up a little bit, because there's a couple of different things in here that I don't think we really need. And I'm going to run up here to the surface and yoink our waystone and relocate it down here. Because again, I just don't think we're really going to need it up there on the surface. So let's put you there. Let's grab our waystone and put it in this corner. And let's go ahead and get rid of the water right there in the center. And what we're going to do is right here, you see that there's this Armor collection crystal. I can't break it. It's unbreakable. But if I place this down, you see it's going to put a beam down upon it. And I believe over time this will transform. However, I could go from just believing to actually trying it. I just have to get my Akashic Tome, because I don't remember. So this is part of it. Like the booklet just kind of makes it feel immense by using the space theme. And that's part of why I've always been afraid. The Luminous crafting table. Right-clicking the table with a resonating wand. Okay. Let's grab a resonating wand. And right-click. Expose the crystal to the sky. That's the part I was forgetting about. Yes, yes. There we go. Look at that. There we go. My bad. So yeah, now we have this guy set up. It has very little starlight power. This is a bar that will continue to fill up with starlight as we get further into the nighttime, and especially as we get higher up and closer to the moon, because this is, of course, a celestial-based mod, so it is going to be based around all things, galactic, basically. So this crafting table is sort of complicated, but also kind of in a very basic way. So let's go ahead and yoink this, and it will be ours. Now, what I don't remember is if I continue to need that collector crystal. We're going to find out. If I put you here, no, we do not. Great. So now we can run over back home to our island. Let's do /home. And we're definitely not going to want to sleep through the nights anymore, because we're going to need every bit of starlight we can get. Let's go ahead and grab a mega torch to put on our new island. And we will put the Luminous crafting table here. And you're going to see that because we're so much higher up and it is getting closer to midnight, we're filling up this bar significantly more than we were before. We'll go and accept our quests, grab our stuff. Good stuff. Let's go ahead and grab a looking glass. This seems to be pretty straightforward. We're going to need some glass. I can't remember if it was glass pane or just normal glass. I think it was glass pane. And when I right-click this, it's going to begin the craft. And there we go. There's the resulting glass lens. And so that is vaguely the mechanic overall used here, is the concept and practice of using this crafting grid to store your items and then activate it using the great magic of the stars and the moon. Let me grab some sticks and we'll finish up this craft. I don't know that it matters which sticks we use, but I'll just use vanilla to keep it simple. And when you see the icon on the right, that means that you have successfully put in a valid recipe, and you can in fact craft it. And there we go. That gets us a looking glass. Now the looking glass is very fun. Very cool stuff. Oh, a flare. I'm not familiar with those. Okay. Neat. I don't know why I would want a for what? Huh? What? Okay. I think these might be some new quest rewards, because I don't think I've ever gotten a cat, a pre-tamed cat as a reward for a quest. That said, I'll take it. We'll have to name you in a little bit. So moving forward then, looks like the next place we want to be is, let's see, rock crystals look like a good place to be, which I already have. You find these mining, and they have different attributes like shape, size, and purity, and you can perfect them a little bit more and more to get better tools when you use them in tool crafting. Again, not 100% sure exactly where this is going to be taking us, but we'll find out. So there are a couple other components, right? So there's the Starlight crafting altar. This guy is going to be pretty great. You're going to have to set everything up beforehand. but we can go ahead and do that. Let's grab a, at building gadgets, there is the copy paste gadget, right? But there's also the template manager. Let's grab one of these because I've been told in the quest line here that there are pre-defined templates, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Building gadgets patterns are available in your Enigmatica 6. Okay, let me grab that really quickly in my instance here. Let's go to instances and then Enigmatica 6. Building gadgets patterns. Here we go. Astral Sorcery, and then we are building the Starlight crafting altar. So let's grab crafting Starlight altar. And this is simply a JSON object that we're going to be pasting in. So I think what I probably should do is paste, but I need to paste into you. Is that correct? Here we go. Name Starlight Crafting Altar. So let's turn off the anchor that we had before, move you to paste mode, and what are we going to need? Okay. This does not look that bad. And if you hold shift while hovering over this, you can also see what's required. A very useful thing to have. So let's look at Astral and get some of these components, right? We're going to need 8 of the pillars, which fortunately we already have a few of. We're going to need, let's see, I think it has miscalculated here a little bit, but that's fine. You see how it says 82 paste? I think that's incorrect, but we'll see. We're going to need a few of these as well. And then we're going to need sooty marble. So to do sooty marble, we're going to need marble around coal. And that was how much? 21? Okay, good. We've got that already. I need some marble bricks. Let's see. Whoops. So we're going to need marble bricks, which would be like this. And we're going to need 24. And then we're going to need 28 of the kind of neat looking chiseled variant, which I don't actually... These, right? It's these? Yeah. All right, we'll get 28 of those. And that is that. Now, for some reason, it seems to want... I'm not really sure why it wants the... Not sure. Let's see. So we want to build out this recipe, right? So that's going to be liquid starlight, which is this part of the crafting recipes. So let's put this to the side for now because it looks like we might be missing a couple of components, which is completely my mistake. Again, I'm not very experienced. So as I was working on crafting that, I ran into daylight, which is not fortunate. So I'm going to move our little hammock from down by our house to up here because this is probably the place we're going to use it the most. Let's just grab a couple of support logs for the sake of aesthetics. And we'll just put this down right over here. And it's, I can't remember. I think it's 4 blocks, right? We'll find out. Yep, there we go. And now we can sleep through the day. As it becomes nighttime, we'll be able to craft this finally. Because I had everything I needed for the light wall, except for, you know, the moonlight. So it's going to start to climb up again. And when it's done, I will be back. All right, the light wall is ready to craft finally. And with our light wall, that will get us a quest reward. And we can redeem that to get some more aquamarine, which is super helpful right now because we are not doing well as far as our supply of aquamarine goes. I'm trying to remember What tool we were using for fortune? I don't recall. I thought we had a fortune 4 pick, maybe? Or flux spore, or something. But if not, we might want to go and make one. That makes sense to me, at least. So let's do that really quickly. Go ahead and grab a decent fortune drill. We may already... Well, we're processing... No, right, we didn't need fortune anymore because of our ore processing man, whose name I can't remember right now for some reason. But yeah, let's go for, like, fortune 7. I don't really know that I need much else on a flux spore. It's already dang good. So let's just do that. And now we can effectively harvest the most out of these aquamarine, because Fortune 7 is absolutely bananas. So, now that we have Fortune, let's take care of these, see how much we get from this as well. Several stacks. That's ridiculous. I've actually never seen that much come out of it. Well, that's great. That's good. We have our light well, and the way that the light well works is that it will use Starlight Power as well as aquamarines to slowly but surely harvest, or not harvest, collect, what is it called? There's a name for the liquid, and I can't remember what it is called. It is called, oh, just liquid starlight. Wow. So while we wait, I am going to go ahead and set up the upgrade recipe, because this guy right here is going to be, let's see. We're going to need more of these. We're going to need 2 chiseled marble. And then once we get that 1 bucket of liquid starlight, which I think we can actually push along using this guy. There we go. Let's just grab a bucket. And let's begin the upgrade. You can see it's going to require a little bit more moonlight. I hope we have enough. I really hope we have enough. This is already pretty high up. I don't think we're going to have enough. Hello, Flare. What do flares do? I don't know that much. Well, to be safe, let's go ahead and just grab dirt and our building gadget. And just make a dirt pillar as high up as we can, because that will help. See, like, we're already significantly higher up than we were on the level. Hopefully that's enough. No, it's still not. Alright, well, we may have to wait until it is a full moon, because I believe the moon phases also have an effect. Let's just undo. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go and sleep through a couple of cycles, and then we will sort out if that makes a difference. Alright, so it is finally a full moon, and hopefully we will see our Luminous crafting table light up enough to be a Starlight Altar. There's something else that I recall. I could be wrong about this. First of all, this is set to -6, which is why it's been very difficult to find. But I want to say that this actually needs to be, like, in place where it's gonna end up. So we might want really quickly to move everything up a block, it looks like. So if this is where we want the center to be, then we want to paste like so. And then we're going to put you there, because that's the formation that we're going to need it to be in. anyways, and then put you there, and hopefully this is correct, if I remember correctly. It has been a little while since I've even done this much, so I don't remember for sure. Go ahead and just plop these down some more while we wait. I'm still not sold on whether or not we have sufficient moonlight where we're located, which is going to be kind of annoying if we have to go use the Fossic Resonator to find where we need to be. I mean, it's not the end of the world, just kind of annoying. Oh, that is actually perfect. So this is a beautiful little light source that we can put here on the corners. And the reason I say it's perfect is because that was also a quest, part 1 of this quest. How are we doing? I wonder if that's going to be enough. We're going to find out. Nope, I do not think this is going to be enough, even all the way up here. So, okay, we're going to have to grab a Fossic Resonator and move to somewhere that is a little bit more powerful. But that's okay, not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and grab that really quickly. This is going to be Infused Wood, which is, if you grab the Starlight and liquid form, place it down and put a log in it, it will turn into Infused Wood. And this can be crafted in here into infused planks. And so then, if we looked at one of these guys, oh, no, you needed the wood. Whoops. We'll do that. We'll grab a bucket of liquid Starlight because we already have ours occupied. So we'll do that there. And the rest of it is gold and marble. And so that should be what we need for a Fossic Resonator. We'll go ahead and activate this recipe. And with that, we can see areas of high starlight just by holding this and running around. You'll see little cloudy spots to sort of represent. Like, for example, here, you see all this? That means that right here would be the best place to do that recipe, actually. All right, so let's go ahead and set up our Luminous crafting table here. And yeah, you can see it is already completely filled up. So let's get the upgrade running on you. And it's going to show these cool breaking particles because it is essentially going to upgrade itself. And there we go. So now you can see we are good to go. Looks like it didn't actually consume the liquid starlight. That's cool. And that will get us the quest to get into significantly larger recipe sizes. So you can see instead of it just being a 3x3, it's actually 3x3 with 4 extra slots in the corners as if it was a 5x5, which is very cool. Now you saw when I placed it down, there's the it shows red here, and that's because the structure is not properly formed. If I put it down, now you'll see it is properly formed. So this is very, very, very helpful for us. Rock, crystal ore, very, very helpful as well. Let's grab our flux spore and get what looks like another inventory full of those. Very helpful. Thank you. Thank you, questline. So now, oh, more. Great. I literally cannot complain. These are super useful. It looks like we're getting quite a bit of them. So, let me put some stuff away. Let's look at sort of what our logical next steps would be. It looks like the Astral Relays will allow us to boost Starlight to our area. So it looks like this is a thing that we can do. Let me grab my Akashic Tome. And if we go to Discovery still, we're still in the Discovery phase. I'd love... Oh, I guess we're not as much as I thought. Exploration, I think we have mostly done. Astral Relay, here we go. So it looks like these are formed... Okay, this is... not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, yeah, let's maybe make one of these. I think this would be very helpful to have, just to make our area up here a little bit stronger without having to um, move everything into a new space, because that would stink. So let's go ahead and dig out the space we're going to need for that. And so our Astral Relay, whoops, is going to require some sooty marble, chiseled marble, and some of the marble arch. So if we do this, let me make sure I've got this in the right spacing. Yep, okay. So we've got chiseled in the corners, arches in the edges, and sooty in the center. And then let's go ahead and get ourselves a relay. So the Astral Relay is pretty straightforward. We'll just go ahead and grab the Astral Lens, which is going to be Aquamarine and Pain. And of course, it also needs to be nighttime. And it also needs to be a clear pane, I believe. All right, so now we should be able to quickly make this guy up. And we're going to need planks, marble, and nuggets of gold. Let's do that. And that. And one of the bigger pieces of this Starlight Crafting Altar is also the fact that it will allow you to significantly improve. This should also help us improve, but the Starlight Crafting Ultra will improve how much it can store. So that's going to be significantly helpful as we go forward. This gets us more faint amaranth, fun stuff. And I don't know if there's a thing we need to do to bind this, or maybe we need to move it. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Okay. So let's see. High faucet, blah, 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 blah. Utilizing a small structure, inserting a lens into the relay with the right click would give it an outlet for those collected energies. So we need to get another lens. I see. No problem. So let's get 4 aquamarine. And just make a plain lens. These can be reshaped and recolored depending on where you're heading, but I don't think we're going to need any of that. Ceiling sigil, that's cool. So I think that's all we need. And now that is going to start sending some additional starlight. You see, this is now already almost completely full. Pretty cool stuff. Now, I can't remember if this will break. I don't know. We'll see. But that will help for sure with our additional need going forward. So there are 2 branches. I'm going to go for the telescope branch for now. So let's grab some stick. Whoops, grabbing all the wrong things now. Let's grab some sticks. Let's grab our looking glass. And it looks like we need gold and a plank. So let's grab one of these. This is a physically placed telescope, which is pretty helpful because it allows us to see, I believe it allows us to see a little more clearly what all we're looking for. Let's go and place this guy down here. And this, yeah, that's right, that's right. You can, yep, you can move it like this. That's, okay, I couldn't remember. So, the looking glass that we had before and the telescope both function similarly. The difference here is that instead of moving my vision itself around, I don't have to do any of that. I can just go through and, like before I had to physically move around. But now I don't have to. I can just use the left and right arrows to move things around, and then I can just draw. Now, the reason you would draw is because there are different stars here. You see these that are glimmering a little differently? These are the different kinds of patterns that you'll see in Astral Sorcery. So we have Armara, Avorcio, Decidia, Avitas, and Vicio, and we have 3 that we don't know yet. We'll get there. So you open these up, and you can also shift right-click your Akashic Tome to store them in here if you ever need to. And when you see these, we can try to map this shape to what's on here. So I'm not really the best at this process, but I'm thinking... There we go. It looks like it was Avitas, which is now up there. So yeah, these are just generally cool. You can sometimes find more depending on the moon phase, and of course, as you get into Astral Sorcery, there are even more. It looks like there's yet another one here. This is actually a pretty good night. So let me find this one. I think I know which one this one is. Never mind. It looks like it is too late in the night, and I can no longer draw around on the various points of our screen here. So I will have to change or save Vicio for another day. However, we do still have some fun stuff that we've gotten. And it looks like we got more aquamarine. This is so helpful because I have not actually been mining any of it up because usually, like I said, I keep this on the back burner. This mod usually doesn't come first and foremost for me. So it's nice to actually go through and do some fun new stuff and actually have to figure it out. But at the same time, you know, figure out how to get through this and how to progress things. But there's a lot that I still haven't quite got. So it looks like there are still some tools and some extra helpful things on this end of the chain, and there's also, I need to make the Nocturnal Power. So let's go ahead and do that really quickly. All right, so now that this is ready, and I can't recall. Oh, it looks like you can use this to bring back a lot of entities. That's actually really fun. I like that. So this is used for a couple of things like the Celestial Gateways. You can also get a new constellation variant with the Iridescent Altar, which is a couple tiers away. And here you can see the purpose of these different formations in the sky. And you can see we do still, it looks like we have a couple of ours out. You can see that these recipes in the altars, especially the iridescent tier, actually require the various constellations to be active in the sky at that time. So that is super important and going to be very critical for us as we go into this because there's a lot to do. Now we did just get a cave illuminator. It does exactly what it sounds like it does. It illuminates caves in the area, which is super fun. Something I'm going to save because I'm sure that there's going to be a great time for that. But I wanted to get into Star Metal Ore because that's going to get a couple of our advancements taken care of. And as well as just kind of a cool thing to have, a good thing to have, I would say. So let me get some. I don't think we have any iron chunk. No, good. We're going to have to head back over with some iron in hand and try to tease that celestial crystal that we were using in the beginning of this episode to try to transmute transmute some of the iron that I'm finding here. I think 12 probably is enough, but I'll grab whatever else I can find on this little mountainside here, and then we'll call it from there. I think that's fine. 21 is plenty. And if we head over... Let's see, I believe it was over here, right? Yep, here we are. I believe all I have to do is it not the resonating wand? Is it... Well, let's see. So, instead I found the need to tease a beam of light out of the crystal using like some materials like an odd sensation, like drawing a needle through the bed of the beam. Readily followed a crude wand and held steady once bound to location. One quick Google search later, turns out I need a linking tool. So let's come back to this, and I will go up to the house, and let's get one of those because it looks like it's going to require some Starlight crafting. Not a big deal, just stuff that wasn't super clearly documented in either of the two manuals, the guide or the astral book, but that's okay. Not a problem. So, taking a look at the linking tool, this is going to be pretty straightforward, it looks like. So let's grab, I've, I don't, I hate picking these, probably this one. And then we're going to need some sticks, which we already have. Some, was that logs? Logs. And some aquamarine. And we can go ahead and get this guy pretty quickly. And there we go. That gets us our linking tool. So again, we will head home. I'll save some time here. Oop, come on. There we go. And we will go to the buried astral temple. And I believe, if I remember correctly from watching other people do this, you just link here and tell it to work on multiple blocks. And as you can see, it's decently fast. And it will remember these locations. So if I repeat, it will continue to work. Now I believe I can give this to my crushing Jenny, and you will turn it into additional dust, which is good because the more I can get out of this, the better. You can just smelt this straight into star metal. That's not ideal, but you absolutely can. And star metal is going to be used for a lot of things like the star metal cutting tool, which is going to be used for taking crystals like all the ones that we got, these rock crystals, and splitting them into different components. Like if I want to separate the shape component out of this tool, I can, or out of that rock rather. So yeah, I'm going to leave this here. I think this is a great place for now. I'm going to grab some marble to fill this space in, except I'm not going to use the same marble because I'm cheap and I am lazy. And I really probably need to go harvest more astral marble before I try to use it, just to fill in a couple of holes in this little room. But yeah, that gets us 27. So let me go process that down really quickly. So from that process, we actually ended up, from 27 ore, we got 162 dust. That's ridiculous. But hey, that's fun. Why? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that was a bad move. My mistake. My mistake. All right, I think that should be enough to do the job. Let's, I happened to find this entire canyon or valley that is not only got a lot of good exposed ore, but is all made out of marble from Astral. So I've been harvesting that a lot because, you know, may as well, right? And then I'm going to go into my backpack here and grab the warp stone so that we can head straight back to our buried temple and do this again. And this time we won't screw it up. I hope. I also did this and I realized that I should have left that empty. All right, this time we will smelt and just smelt. Not crush, because apparently that was bad. Again, lessons learned, and I'm sure we're going to use it at some point. But that will get us actually a couple of quests, right? So that's going to get us a Tetra quest line that I've been dying to get, because we're trying to get through all of the quests, right? What the heck is this? Huh. That's not too bad, actually. And then we should now be able to get more stardust, and we can now create these two to finish up the building chapter. At least as far as I've been shown of the building chapter, you know how it is. Let's go ahead and get those. We're going to need, for the formation, looks like we're just going to need a bunch of runed marble. So let's get that and turn it into you. And then we're going to need diamonds and purple dye and some star metal dust, and we should be able to get these now. So that's going to be number 1. And then number 2 is this guy. So the formation wand will take, you see in the upper left corner, it will take any block that I right click with. So let's say Dark Oak Logs, and it will form in a line, which is pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool, at least. So that is that. And then the conversion wand will allow me to convert blocks to a given block. So these are both really cool, and I usually keep these around, or stuff like this around, so we're definitely going to. That got us a block of star metal and some parchment, which is actually kind of nice. It's how you can get a couple of these, in fact, so pretty cool stuff, right? But I think, we finished up the building chapter. We've gotten a little further into the Tetra chapter just by merit of getting this stuff done. And we have started our quest down Astral Sorcery. So I think I'm going to call it an episode there. We are already about halfway done in the Astral Sorcery lineup anyway. So we're going to get to go through and do splitting and crystal working and a bunch of the other pieces and bits and components to get celestial crystals. And it's going to be quite a journey. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next episode.